Come on and work it for me and let your body move. We are here together and we're in the groove. We gon' party tonight. We gon' dance around, girl. My steppers that know how to get down.
Come on, step it to your right. Now step it to your left. Now right out in, left out in. Now right foot stomp, stomp, stomp. Now move it on up and turn. Now move it on up and turn. Now jazz box step with it. Come on, jazz box step with it.
Here we go now. Cowboy boogie. Come on, come on, come on. It's cowboy boogie. It's cowboy boogie. Oh yeah. Cowboy boogie. Come on, watch it work. Hey, cowboys get you right. Oh yeah, cowboys get you.
All right. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Big Yayo checking in. It's another Tuesday, and I want to welcome everybody out to the Big Show. You know, we've got a jam-packed show lineup for you all tonight, man. I've got some of my super friends on tonight. These are some people that are really doing some moving and some shaking, and I'm just glad to, just kind of be in the building with them tonight. We've got 4 great artists. I've got Smoke Dogg, 870. I've got Mr. Rodgers. I've got DJ Hollywood, and I've also got my guy Jake Carter in. So we're about to have a great time, and we're gonna get right into the show tonight because we got so many great artists coming up. But I did want to take time to thank our sponsors. Of course, the time is almost here. A little more than a week away, March the 2nd. Prentice, Mississippi, down at 84 Recreational Park. It's the big ride. Man, this is going to turn out to be the absolute biggest ride of the year, at least thus far. We've got over 5,000 people expected to come. Advanced tickets are all sold out. Everything is at the gate. So you got Arthur Young, S. Dot, Maserati Red, Action from 55 Boys, Big Male, Country Boy, Kev. We've got Mr. Rodgers, who's going to be on the show tonight. We've got Jake Carter that's going to be on the show tonight, man. This is going to be a fantastic time. DJ Big O is going to be on crowd control. We've got Shantae Nicole, and we've got Tay Cheesy and Dancing Dare all in the house. So this is one of the biggest shows and one of the biggest rides. So if you're in the ATV world, want to see your face in the place, that's going to be, hey, it's going down. And next friend of the program is the all-new Club 440. That's right. Formerly Freelance the Groove. They are becoming Southern Soul Central. So if you want to have a good adult time, great time to check out the all-new Club 440. Man, it's a massive club. If you've ever been to Freelance, they've reworked it with a grown folks attitude in place, and now we're catering to our Southern Soul and trail riding communities. As a matter of fact, coming up this Friday is going to be Young Guy in there performing live Friday, February the 23rd. And as an extra twist, all the ladies on the program, all the ladies out there, if you get there before 10, you get a chance to get in absolutely free. You get a chance to see Young Guy for free. And y'all ain't making a move? Come on, man. Y'all do something different. Tell me something different. So another friend of the program, All New Club 440, right here in the heart of Jackson, Mississippi. And for all of my ATV riders out there, man, another friend of the program, Main Street Cycle. Main Street Cycle is in Tishomingo, Mississippi. And when I tell you, from parts to accessories on all vehicles, so no matter what you have, they specialize in CF motos, but it does not matter. Whatever you have, you can go to Main Street Cycle and get it. Go to MainStreetCycleParts.com and you get any parts. They had a quick turnaround, and y'all know every time we get these bikes and anything messes up on them, it takes forever to get the parts. A lot of times we sit up half the season not being able to get the parts. Not the case of Main Street Cycle. You're going to get it in a couple of days, so make sure you check them out. It's going to be an amazing time. So if you're trying to get your bikes fixed before the big ride, I suggest you go check out Main Street Cycle. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. So, all right, that's all of the business tonight. So now it's time to get, into things. Like I said, I've got a lot of guests coming on tonight, and one of my good super friends, man, this guy has been, you may know him. He's got a major song, Don't Bother Me. went viral. He actually he goes viral all the time. And he's done some things and he's kind of got that viral game down to it. He's actually coming into the big ride on March the 2nd to shoot his remix video. We'll have a special guest that's on the remix with him. But I want to introduce to some of you all and reintroduce to other people. This is my dog, and that's spelled with 2 G's. It's Smoke Dogg. Smoke Dogg, what's going on, big brother?
What's up, my man? You all right, bro?
Oh man, everything's lovely, man. Everything is lovely, man. How you doing, brother?
Man,
Can you hear me,
good.
Smoke?
I can't complain, man. Can't complain.
Well, good deal, man.
Can
Hey,
you hear
man.
me?
Oh, I got you. I think we've got a little bit of a delay. So I don't know if it's certain headphones or anything that you may have on over there. But all right, we're gonna get through it, big dog. No problem.
Let me see. Is that better?
That's way better. How's that to you?
All right.
Smoke, tell the people where you're
It's
from,
good
big
on
dog.
my end. Good on my end. Oh man, I'm from a small city in Arkansas called Chittister, Arkansas. But I reside in a small city, not as small as where I'm from in Arkansas, but a town called Shelbyville, Tennessee.
So you're in Shelbyville, Tennessee. Man, quickly tell the people, how you got started, doing the whole viral thing in the musical career.
Man, what it was is really I always wanted to be a musician, you know what I mean? And I didn't have a lot of funds to put behind it, so I just came up with something that worked for me. At first, I started off like doing music, sitting in my car and all that, boom, boom, boom. Man, that's how I started, sitting in my car, doing little freestyles, putting music out, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it started going viral, and I just kept it going.
And with that viral, that's how I ran into you, through the viral sensation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about that big hit you got, man. That everybody, it's such a nice song and it's funny,
Yeah.
but it's really telling people, stay the hell out of my way.
Yeah. Man, really what it is I was going through a lot. I was going through a lot in my life at the time, and I had just got to a point where I couldn't take no more. You know what I'm saying? I was beat. So I just made a song, man, Don't Bother Me, and I really live my life that way. You know what I'm saying?
So once it started to go viral, and I know you're doing a lot of touring because it was kind of, I think tonight you even got some obligations you got to do tonight. That's why we had to get you on. That's why we had to get you on first. But touching a little bit on that, man, talk a little bit about the video shoot that you're gonna be doing at the Big Ride.
At the Big Ride, I had to reach in my bag, you know what I'm saying, and holler at my guy to do the remix with me. It was somebody that I've been wanting to work with since matter of fact, before I was doing Southern Soul, and I was just listening to the blues and listening to Southern Soul and stuff like that. So I had the opportunity to work with him, and we're gonna be shooting a video to the remix of the song "Don't Bother Me."
So I know that's gonna be like crazy.
It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, if you're doing it, and a lot of people, if you all are out there, anybody out there looking, y'all please go out and check out the stuff that Smoke does. I mean, he's everywhere. I don't see why he doesn't get arrested sometimes, because he's all in the airports. He's just really taking over that social media site. And that, like I said, that's what drew me to it. I'm like, man, this guy is fearless. And plus the song is a really good song. I'm a really big fan of the song. We've talked over the course of several months about the song. We're fortunate to have you to come in and shoot the video. And for everybody that's coming out to the Big Ride, make sure you meet this guy, man. He's a super genuine person. He just likes to have fun. He's on his business. And I got to give it to him. He's taught this old dog a couple things over the course of the past few months. But I know you got to move around, Smoke. I wanted to get you on there. I just wanted people to put a face with the name. I know they heard the song. If you would, man, let us know any pertinent information, like where people can catch up to you, how they can reach you if they're looking to book you, anything like that.
If you want to book me, you can reach me at smokedogg870.com. I don't know if I did it backwards. This camera kind of smokedogg870.com. When you when you get to that site, it'll guide you to the place of booking and the Don't Bother Me merch, the Smoke Dogg 870 merch. So everything about me, all of my social media, my TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, Apple Music, Spotify, everything is on smokedogg870.com. So it's a one-stop shop. You know what I'm saying? Dang, hey, listen, I enjoyed it, and I don't got a rush right now. So if there's anything else you want to talk about, man, we can go ahead and talk about it. Well, I don't just want to leave the people hanging like that.
Now, the first thing, did you say you put that shirt on backwards? I mean, you printed it out backwards.
No, I didn't print it backwards. It's just looking in the screen. I don't know which way to start.
No, it's looking good over here. I was about to say, this man is such a marketing machine. He even knows how to print it backwards so it'll come across. So no, it's looking right now. So you good?
Okay,
dog.
okay, all right. No, I didn't do that. Good, I didn't think of that, but you know, if I had to, I would have. One thing about it is, man, when it comes to marketing, I'm good at that. I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Don't mean to toot my own horn, but the proof is in the pudding. So
right,
that's one thing I learned, and that really came from not having the money to make things happen. So you just gotta go make them happen. You know what I mean by that? Like you can't let nothing stop you. That's just my mentality. Like I just won't let nothing stop me. It don't matter the situation.
Now let me ask you this. We've got a lot of people out here looking at this program and making comments and doing different things because you are so good at going viral. Because that's the new currency. That's what everybody wants to do is go viral. So if you had some quick tips, I know I don't want to get into your bag, but if you had some quick tips on how people in our audience that may be doing whatever, you go viral doing anything. But what is some of the small things that you've seen that you've done that could actually help a person, kind of start making those numbers make sense?
Man, the biggest tip that I could give someone that I seen work in my favor and I implement in everything that I do is when every video I do, every song I do, I try to lead an audience with some type of emotion, whether it's happy, sad, upset, you know what I'm saying? Like some type of emotion. That's my biggest thing. So a lot of things I do, it'll be, like the video when I'm standing in front of the water doing the song, looking happy, boom, boom. A lot of people will be like, oh man, he about to fall in the water. What is he doing? You know what I'm saying? Just some type of emotion that I lead the people with that'll make them remember me.
And I've seen you do it time and time again. I'm really, like you say, especially that one. If y'all haven't seen it, because you're exactly right, because even that suspense is something that draws people into it. He's acting crazy, he's doing his thing, but I want to see him fall in that water. That's what I want to see. I want to see him fall in that water. So
let me tell you something. Yo. I never fall in that water. I can't swim, man. I wouldn't put myself in a situation like that. It look more dangerous on camera than it is in person. You feel me?
See, that's what I'm saying. And that's y'all are getting tips from the master because, like I said, this guy has talked to me. Me and Smoke, we've been communicating over the past couple of months, and there's a lot of things as far as my brand that he's been schooling me on. So just because, somebody's been in the game, I tell all of my established artists, please don't think you know everything.
Yes, sir.
It's people out there.
Let me tell you, man, I appreciate all the help you've been giving me too, because it's just like certain things you didn't know. It's a lot of things that I don't know that you give me the game on. So I appreciate that as well.
Man, that's what we have to do. In this game, we gotta kind of look out for each other because we all we got.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And I applaud the fact that you're honest about it. We don't have a bunch of money. nobody's giving us these big major record deals and putting $30 million in our pocket. So everything that most people see from this whole Southern soul, blues, alternative world, it's been, hard working people putting
Yes,
their
sir.
money, believing in themselves and going to work, doing a 40-hour work week and coming out here hustling this music on the side, doing a comedy on the side, just doing whatever we do, the pop-up shops. Just I see so many entrepreneurs now. So you're a true testament of it don't take money to make money.
And that's the thing that I be wanting the people to see, especially the younger people and stuff like that. That man, sometimes you don't need money. It's everything else that you need. You know what I'm saying? The money will come. The money gonna be there when you need it. But just to get started, you get started with anything. Like I started with a cheap phone, cheap camera, sitting in my car. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing, man. A lot of people don't understand that. You gotta start somewhere. People always ask me, what would you tell, up and coming artists? I just tell them, just do something.
Yeah,
don't just sit there and talk about, just do something.
I tell everybody, man, I say, look, you got to start at A to get the B, to get the C, to get the D. D will show you how to get the E. You know what I'm saying? Every step of the way, things will come together to show you the next step that you're supposed to take or that you need to make. But you will never know if you don't get started.
There you go. You'll never know. Well, Smoke, I appreciate the time, man. I had to get you on here before the second.
Yes,
If you're coming down to the big ride, if you have not heard the big record, man, don't bother me. It's a major record on all platforms.
I told you I have a 4-wheeler ready for me. I ain't rode a 4-wheeler since I moved from Arkansas, so I need you to have one ready.
Oh man, we keep them, baby.
Okay.
Oh, baby, we'll keep them. You ain't got to worry about all that. We keep some of them on deck. You understand me?
Hey, listen, so before I get out of here, listen. The official "Don't Bother Me" video is on the way. I'm not gonna have y'all waiting too much longer. I just posted a video the other day. Probably like 3-4 days ago. It's about to touch 3 million views right now. So I said this is the perfect time to go ahead and give them the official video. And this is a video that you do not want to miss. I keep saying it's the video of 2024. The way that anybody think that I'm going about this video, it is the complete opposite. It's something that I feel like nobody would think that I would do. You know what I mean? So, and it's going to be very entertaining. So, I don't want to put a date on there. So, if you tuned in, follow my page so you can be updated. The Smoke Dogg 870, make sure you follow that page so you'll be updated when a video drop. And I'm telling you will not be disappointed. I keep saying it's going to be the video of 2024. You know, I thought outside the box, yo. I'm a marketer, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's what you do, Doc. That's what you do,
sir.
man.
Yes, sir.
I can't wait to see the video.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, I can't wait to see the video, my dog.
Oh, yes, sir. I keep watching little clips of it like, man, I want to put it out right now, but I can't do it right now. I gotta be smart about the decisions that I make. But man, I'm telling you, it's gonna be good.
Well, that's good, man. Like I said, I appreciate you coming on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all can catch this man March the 2nd. I may even get him, to come up on the stage and do the song. We're going to be shooting a video, but I may get, bless the people to do a little something. This man is an entrepreneur. He is a social media sensation. He's a musician. He's an artist. He's a hell of a performer. Ladies and gentlemen, this man is also one of my country kin.
Yes,
salute to my man, Smoke Dogg 870. Thank you, brother, for coming on here, man.
Thank you.
All right, big bro. We'll talk.
All right, I got
you. Y'all, that was man Smoke Dogg 870. So we're going to keep it rolling because, like I said, we got a lot of guests out here tonight. Now my next guest, he and I have been knowing each other for years. I mean, for years back. If y'all remember Fanatics, y'all remember Party House, y'all remember all of those different situations. Me and this guy got to know each other way back when he was J Money. And we'll talk a little bit about that tonight. Right now, he goes by the name of Mr. Rodgers, another Southern Soul sensation. He is all over the place. He's part of the Magnolia Boy family. Hey, and he's a friend of mine. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, right here is my man, doggone Mr. Rodgers. What's going on, big brother?
J Money, aka Mr. Rodgers. What's up,
baby?
guys?
Oh man, we just talking it. We just talking slick and swallowing spit. That's all we doing. How's everything going for you, Doc?
It's going good. He's going good, yeah. He's going good, man.
Well, I always start out because I like to get people kind of grounded. Let people know where you're from. What do you represent? Where did it all start?
Well, yeah, I'm from the biggest city of all, Crawford, Mississippi. You probably paying right through it, but that's my city. Yeah,
just like that.
Yeah.
Man, just jumping right into it, because I know when I was putting out the promo for it, everybody was like, man, that's my guy, that's my guy, that's my guy. You know what I'm saying? So you've had a long history in this music game, man, and you are still relevant. How long has it been? How long have you actually been in the game?
Man, I've been in the game ever since 2004.
Wow. That's 20 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 2004 and still just got the heart of a lion, man. It's just like I ain't got no give up in me.
For what? What we giving up for? We don't give up. We might give out, but we ain't gonna give up.
Right.
So, like I said, I know a lot of people know you, and I want to touch a little bit on it because I look at you and the caliber of person. It's kind of like how I view myself. We keep reinventing ourselves. You know, when you've been in the game 20-something odd years, man, you can't be doing the same thing because it changes. Life changes. You know, what people expect from you changes and everything. And just kind of give people a little history lesson on, when you all had, because you all had a series of big records, but what was a really big record that really put you in the game and got you mainstream? Because you all was out there getting deals. Y'all wasn't just playing around. I mean, y'all were really out there doing stuff that it was hard to do coming from Mississippi.
Yeah. I tell you what, we one of the fewest from Mississippi that really made it to a big level. Number 6 in the country. You know what I'm saying?
Number 6 in the country.
6, if they don't remember that, inside peanut butter, outside jelly. 7 days of the week, 7 different Chevy. Y'all don't know that black SS with the top load out. J Money, aka Mr. Rodgers. R.I.P. to Cadillac Don.
Man, R.I.P. to my man. That was my dog, man. You know what I'm saying? Super talented brother. He's no longer with us. But the one thing I do like about it, you still carry on his legacy. You're still putting it on the board, represent that whole situation. You know, every time I talk to you, you always, and when I see you doing interviews, you're always keeping his name alive. So that's admirable of you to kind of, to make sure, because people tend to forget. People grow older and younger people come into it. And a lot of times, especially into the Southern Soul world, a lot of the newer artists, they just don't, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, they don't know enough of the history to try to make the impact that they're trying to make. Because it's hard, in anything, you got to go to school. If you want to lay bricks, you got to go to, masonry school. You want to, fix air conditioning. You got to know what you're doing, even though you may have a natural talent to do it. So that's one thing I appreciate about you. So fast forward, we're going a couple years. I can't say exactly how many years. I get a phone call from you. Say, look, bro, I feel this. I see you over here doing. I see others over here doing it. That's in my spirit. It's in my nature to do it. I'm gonna put forth my effort. And a lot of people talk about it. They talk about it. Yeah, I want to do something. I want to do this, that. Yeah. You call me and say, look, man, I'm finna put my foot into this Southern Soul world. And you put your whole foot into it, man. Talk a little bit about that. What was that transition?
Well, how did that work out? Like I said, when when you got into Southern Soul, I've been knowing you for years, and I'm very proud of what you're doing. And you know what I'm saying? And like you, one of the greatest, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I was like, you told me if I ever need you, I remember. You told me if I ever need you, call me. So I needed you. And then, matter of fact, the song that you did with me, that you came through with me at first when I sent it to you, you like, you my guy, I got you. That song right there is one of the biggest songs or the most views, like right at 280,000 going on something. Like that video we shot, man, I appreciate you, man. Like, I really appreciate you. And that called Rock Me. You know what I'm saying?
Rock.
And you know what? It's still gonna hit them by storm now, yo. It gonna hit them.
Oh man, it's a great song, man. I mean, the concept, and you know, you and I, we have different conversations. You know, of course, we talk about the music a lot, but we also talk about, and I'm always on your butt, man. You got a gift, bro. You got a thing. You know what I'm saying? Putting records together is your thing. You know,
and I get frustrated. You remember I get frustrated sometimes. I call Yayo, said, "Hey man, I'm done." Yayo said, "What? What? Be quiet. What? Go back in the studio."
Right? No, ain't no done. No. We don't give up. We may give out.
I wanted to just say, "Forget it." I hit you up and you said, "Forget it. It just not begun." So hey,
it just started, man.
Yeah.
And several records later, man. I mean, and that's what I mean about you didn't just get in it because everybody expected to hit this big bang right off the top. Now, we were fortunate. We had a pretty big record, you know, off the muscle. But there were other records. I've had other records that didn't do, you know, what I thought they would. Right. When you get that, if you get that, how do you deal with that? You know, you got this one record that's doing extremely well, and the next record is doing but not as well. How does that play in your mind? What's your process of kind of dealing with that?
Well, the record that we did, the Rock Me, I be like, man, this record really moving so big by itself. It's like thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of people listen to it. And I'm like, what about? But you know what I'm saying? You get another record, but you always told me to get you one record, J Money, Mr. Rodgers, and focus. But there go me and Rick Outlaw. We putting out more records and more records and more records. I'm like, Rick, we got to do like Yayo said. We got to come to a point and say, we rocking with this record.
Well, see, but that's the thing, though. Being able to put out a lot of records is also a gift. Sometimes people, you know, they'll get that one idea for whatever reason, and that's where it stops.
Right.
Everything that you presented to me has been just up. So that's another testament to the team, you know. And you talk about Rick, and that's somebody else I've been knowing for forever. The team that you all have, we don't see that a lot out here in Southern. So talk a little bit, you know, about the Magnolia Board, that whole situation. How did that come to be, you know, and how does that feel working? Because I know between you, Rick, and Miss Stan, y'all got some major situations going on. Right. So how does that work? Being in that,
we appreciate you for coming through on collabing on a lot of them. We got a new one coming out with you back and forth. You and Callan got another one coming, and working with Magnolia Boy and me and Rick been knowing each other for years and years and years. And you know, I just told him one time, I said, Rick, man, I'm finna do this Southern Soul, man. We finna get back going. So, you know, I went and dropped the record and brought it back to Ricky, called Stroke. So Rick said, we got ourselves somebody. We finna roll. And then, you know, working with McCallan, you know, McCallan, she really good at writing. She really good at her craft, and you know what I'm saying? And like I said, at any time we need you, we call you up, you there, man. Like, it's just an honor to have somebody in the corner that big in the Southern Soul like you to say, okay, I need you for this, and you come through. Like, I'm really appreciative of that.
But it's easy, man. You know, and I work with a lot of people, but I don't, I guess, fool with a lot of people. Right. You know, we do the business, and it's all business. Believe that, you know, we all handle our business, but it's just some people that you just enjoy. I know Miss Karen, she love when I come. I'm always messing with her. You know, I'm her jokes.
You brighten her day, and Rick just like a workaholic, man. Rick, I could be out there. We could be doing something with man, money with it, man. Rick, chill out, bro.
Hey, but you gotta have somebody like that. You gotta have somebody like that.
One thing I can say about Rick, man, He may have his little slow moments, like 1 or 2 days. Next thing you know, 3 weeks straight. I'm like,
Gone.
okay, Rick. Man, Rick ain't.
That's how it is.
It's just like, man, he just, oh my God. But I love him though. I love him. He's a good guy. He's me and him, we don't give up. If we get talked about, we don't care. We gone.
And that's all you got to do, because it's all about the next door. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people stay back and, rest on, oh, well, I did this and I did that. You end up sounding like Al Bundy, always talking about your football years in high school. I always tell anybody, you're only as good as your most previous record. And it's always about the next record or the next song or the next joke or the next book or whatever your thing is. And I've seen you grow because now, y'all, let me tell you, when I met this man, they was up there. I was a little struggling DJ trying to get on. And here go these inside peanut butter cats coming through. You know what I'm saying? And you got to think about it. People don't actually understand how big a record that was. You're talking about numbers in the country when it really mattered. It wasn't a lot of digital. It wasn't a lot of this. So those things, people see it now and think it's easy because you can do, and we're so thankful for the TikToks and all that. But when you're talking about number 6 in the country, that's records had to be sold. People had to be visited. Conversation had to be had.
I think we sold like over 2-point-something million ringtones. That's when they were $3.99. We sold $3.99. We sold over right at 200,000 album at $18.99. We sold millions of downloads. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, when God ready for it, he ready. So,
Yeah. And that's the thing, man. And I just like talking because you've always given me the game. Even back then when I was just trying to get on, I was at the radio station doing my thing. You were one of the first people that was really doing something. I will give that to you and Banner, that you all did pour information into me, and I always appreciate it. So you always talk about how appreciative you are of me, but bro, that started somewhere, and the things that you were doing for me, you didn't even really realize what was going on. But but that's how it is. That's how it should be.
One thing I can say about you, you never forgot it. Because when I need you, I got your personal number. I can call Yayo up and say, Yayo. And then, what you were mentioning about the Southern Soul, we don't get deals. But Yayo, it's a change. Now, I believe in it can happen. I really believe
it's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. I was on an interview last night, man. I was speaking with Vicky P, and she was like, where do I see Southern Soul in the next 5 years? Man, Southern Soul is the last undiscovered thing. We're kind of like Atlantis. They've discovered hip hop, they've discovered country, whatever else. And we are doing a great job at servicing our people. When I mean that, I mean we'll put Spring Flame's gonna put 30,000 plus people in a field in Mobile, Alabama. The Blues All Right tour is going around to all of these different places all across the country. It's coming. So if anybody's out there and you're getting discouraged, me and Ms. Rodgers sitting right here and we're living with this. We've been in this collectively. Oh man, that's 48 years buying talent, years in it. So it happens. I tell anybody, you could get $1 million at 16 and you will still appreciate that $1 million if you get it when you turn 50. It's still $1 million. So whenever you get it, it's going to be all good. So don't think because you've been doing this a while that it doesn't, it ain't going to never happen for me. That's a lie. If you really
like
look
me
at things.
Me and Rick be arguing all the time. Like, man, we need one record to go viral on YouTube real quick. I said, Rick, man, you got me thinking like you, man. Come on, man. Chill out. We going to get it, Rick. It's coming. Because you know why we going to get it? Because we don't give up.
It's going to happen.
Anytime you don't give up on something, it's coming.
It's coming. I wanted to touch bases with you. What can they expect? Because you are coming March 2nd to the big ride. What can they expect, man?
Like I said, I got several ways to come at them. If you don't want to give it to me, Jay Money they wrote some music. You hear me?
Come on, man.
If you don't want to give it to me, I'll take it. I may hit them with an inside peanut butter, outside jelly. You know what I'm saying? But I got several ways to come in. They're going to always see some energy, and I'm going to come to them correct. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that's what I believe in. Every time I put on a show, I don't care if it's 5,000 or 5 people, I'm gonna give them my all.
Man, and that's the beautiful thing about what you do and a lot of people that's in the Southern Soul world. That's why I'm just so appreciative, to even have a voice in it, having a platform in it now to where I can tell people about these wonderful people that I know, these relationships that I've known throughout the year. And that's what this conversation is all about. These are people that I know. These are people that I really want the world to know. So I'm just so appreciative, not only for you coming on this platform, for you coming down to the big ride, even considering me when it comes time to do records. You like Ike told Anna Mae Mom, I can get anybody to get in my band, but I want her. You know what I'm saying? So for y'all to reach out, man.
This is like when Trey the Joker wrote this song. I said, you know what? I know who's gonna sound good on this song. When you came through and laid it down, I said, yeah, yo, done did it again. He done did it again.
We have fun, man. The energy is always there, so it's always easy. It's always there,
vibe, man. I feel you do
it's
it from
always
the heart.
a vibe.
It's
always a vibe, man. Oh yeah, man. I don't deal with people that I don't deal with. So anybody I'm dealing with, I deal with. If that makes sense. Hey, man, I ain't gonna hold you long. I appreciate you coming on here. Let the people know how they can, if they want to book you, just holler at you, follow the move that you're making. What's the best way for somebody to get in touch with
you? You can me and Miss Callie Music on all digital platforms. You can look up Karen Statham fan page. You can look up Magnolia Boy Music. You can book me from Magnolia Boy Music, person number 662-617-1666. That's Ricky Outlaw. And you know what I'm saying? And you can look us up on all digital platforms. Mr. Rodgers 2021 on YouTube. And it's just, when you type in Magnolia Boy Music, we all popping
up. As always, that's how I got everything I got for this interview. Everything was right there. But brother, I appreciate you coming on the program. I look forward to seeing you as always on March 2nd. I know the crowd is going to enjoy the Mr. Rodgers experience / J Money, because like you said, you got a bunch of ways you're going to come at him. Ladies and gentlemen, this man is a rapper. He's a singer. He's a writer. He's a producer. He's a promoter. He's an artist. He's a performer. And he's also one of my greatest friends. This is Mr. Rodgers. Thank you, big brother, for coming on the program.
I appreciate that, yeah, yo.
Much love, big bro.
You too, man.
Y'all, that was Mr. Rodgers, man. This guy is going to absolutely cut up, and I love to see him do his thing. Like I said, I've been knowing him several years, and talking about somebody I've been knowing. And I guess this is a reunion show of sorts. This young man that's coming up next, I've been knowing him he was back in my partying days. I ain't gonna tell y'all how I know him, but I know him. We've been knowing him a long time. We used to, be in the clubs, just soaking up the music. And that's one thing he and I always did. We always talked about the music and what was going on and, how this looks. And man, look at how this club is jumping over here. He was just kind of one of the people when you're in the club, you're just kind of sitting back. Because I was always the fly on the wall, I wasn't a big old dancer jumping up and down all night. I had opportunity of getting into the club business early on in my career. But this was somebody I always kind of talked to, and we always compared notes. And then he made a major move and becoming one of the premier DJs from the South. So you see him online on his Facebooks. You see him everywhere. He is one of our musical coordinators for the Big Ride. He travels around with us. He provides most of the entertainment, him along with DJ Big O. He's really my go-to guy. So I want to bring him on the program. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is my main dog, DJ Hollywood. What's going on, big brother?
What's man? I don't even know what else to say, man. You don't put the icing on the cake, man. Big bro, I don't know what else to say, man. You don't say everything right. Man, what's going on with you?
Man, just touching bases, bro. Hey, first of all, thank you for coming on the program, man. And like I say, what I said is the truth. Tell me where I lied at.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
We used to be back.
Don't understand that.
I mean, we've been going around for a long time, man. Just kind of soaking up the culture. And speaking of that, well, first I got to start. Where you coming from? Where you based out of? Talk to us a little bit about that, Hollywood.
Well, my name is Sean Ricks, man. I go by the name of DJ Hollywood. I'm out of the 601, Jackson, Mississippi, man. That's my home, and I'm proud of it, man. Been here a long time, man. Huh?
And that's where we met at. I was coming down from Goodman, Mississippi. Didn't know much about nothing as far as Jackson. And like I said, you were one of the first people that we used to just conversate. We would see each other in passing, different spots, different clubs. That was really when we was out in the club and life. But it wasn't from a bad perspective, because I know I didn't know then, and I don't know if you knew then, but we were just kind of doing our homework. We were just kind of doing our research for what was going to come later. Did you feel that same way back then?
I did, because guess what? We were going through some stuff, as the old people say. We was going through some stuff. You got to go through some stuff to know some stuff. That's how we could talk about what we did back in the days to now. We can present ourselves as mans now. We know what we want to go forward to. You feel me?
You're exactly right. Right. Because we were out, man. And the thing about it, let me say this. When we were in the clubs was about the party. You know what I'm saying? It was, people danced at the party house. People danced at Tiffany. People danced at Catwalk. And fast forward these many years later, think about it. We're getting back to that. People want to party now again. We've gone through a pandemic. We've gone through several different things. So how does that play into your DJing skills? How do you, do your party set? Because when you do your thing, you do your thing. So how does that, being in this new party age, how does that, reflect on what you're doing now?
Well, I like to observe things. You just don't come in running. Anything you do, you got to take it easy, especially when you're DJing, because you never want to hit all your bangles at once. You never want to do that. You want to slow roll and let the crowd go to drink. And more you drink, better I'm going to sound to you. And more you drink, Big Yale, more you drink, better I'm going to sound to you. You feel me? Then you get into your groove. Huh? Then you get into your groove. Then you get into your DJ there. Because guess what? Everybody loves a good DJ. Because a DJ either make you or break you.
Now that's the truth, Hollywood. That's the absolute truth.
Right. So,
and you still there with me, bro? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm just thankful to be in the shoes where I'm at. Because, everybody have a time. It's just like how we said we went to the party house. If a person ain't never been to the party house, me and you can say all day long how it was. You think when we talk about that, first person gonna say, man, that been 40 years ago. They don't do that no more.
Right. They don't do that no more.
They don't do that no more. And guess what we doing? Reliving what we did to now. And a lot of people don't even understand that. You feel me?
And they don't.
Right.
They don't understand it. And people always ask me, well, what's your production style? How do you produce records? That's really what I do. I take that imagery that we had back then and I try to, reinvent it and put it back out now, because you think about these kids that are 18, 20, 25 years old, they miss that.
Right.
A lot of them grew up when they were just holding the wall. You know what I'm saying? Now, with the influx of this trail riding culture, they dancing again, man. I'm so happy to see that. They are dancing again. I don't care if you gold mouth, braids to the back, you out there. You when you hear that fire in the hole, jump up, they go into it. So I'm glad that we're able to live it, because you were around when that's what we were doing anyway.
Right. You are 100% right. And I'm just glad to be a part of it, before I even became a DJ. You feel me? I didn't even know nothing about DJ. You know what I'm saying? I was just, like you said, I was doing my homework. I was jumping from this place to that place there because, you know, them was the good days. A lot of people didn't, you know, if you had a problem with somebody, y'all gonna whatever need to do, y'all gonna do it. You feel me? So that's what that is. And I looked at you for a long time DJing and stuff like that, man, and 99.7, man, and I said I can do this. Yeah. And I always, you know, a lot of people, you know, I can't say a lot of people, I'm gonna use myself. And, you know, I got a big family, and we always have good gatherings and stuff like that. And I'm the DJ guy for my family. But, you know, get your little Bluetooth speaker, get your phone, and you play music. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's it. You know, that's all we did in the front yard. Because blues around, if you go to anybody's house, guess what you're gonna hear? You're gonna hear some good blues. Blues all day.
All day long. It's the backbeat of our whole culture. And like you say, now I just talked to a Smoke Dogg, and I think you're kind of talking on the same point. Even when you didn't have, you know, the DJ and stuff, you were doing something. You were learning your entertainment skill, even if you were just doing it from your phone on a Bluetooth speaker. So you just didn't sit down. We always tell anybody that's up and coming, just do something. Take whatever you got in front of you and just do something, and it'll come. Because you know, through the time that me and you've been talking, you know, from the first system you had to the massive system that you have now, you know what I'm saying? It grows. You know, every time I'm going down the highway and I see this van right here, I see this trailer right here. Oh, I know some smoke in the city. He going to get it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm knowing
100% right.
I'm knowing how it's grown, and even with the collaboration that we have with you and the Big Ride, you know, when you're talking about those amount of crowds that we have for the Big Ride, it takes a great DJ and it takes a great sound system, and that's what we found in you, and the willingness for you to travel along with us, because you know people understand that the Big Ride is a big traveling circus based on you know the ATV stuff, and to have somebody like you to help coordinate that, because that's one thing about it. When I give you the dates, when you can make them, you're there. I don't have to look for you, and that is so important in being a DJ. I was a DJ for several years. A lot of people come when they want to. They come ill prepared, not enough sound. You know, ain't nothing wrong with telling somebody you can't do the gig. I don't have enough to do the gig. A lot of times you will save a lot of frustration and you will go a lot further. And I know you probably seen that, you know, in your efforts and how you moved around too. People just not being ready for what they want. They see the money, but a lot come with the money, because with more money come more obligations.
You know what? I'm glad you said that, man. You know, I'm a real good guy, man, real down, humble guy. We're going to use, you know what I'm saying? And I told a guy this with these words right here. I said, a promoter, even your friend, if something you can't do, just tell him you can't do it, because he'll respect you more than you tell him you can't do it, and you go out there and make yourself look like a fool. You feel me? And then guess what? You ain't bounce back behind that.
You can't bounce back. That person's not going to deal with you anymore.
Ain't going to deal with you. And that's what it is, because you don't lost a friend, and then you don't lost your reputation.
Yep. And business opportunity, because that same person, he's going to tell everybody his truth. He ain't going to lie on you. But if anybody asks, man, how was DJ so-and-so? Well, man, I did this and he let me down. And that stunts your growth. So people should take this seriously. I take it seriously because it's something I did for several years. And to have somebody like you in the biz, there's a couple of others that I know that are really dedicated to the craft. They really put in, you know, every time I talk to you, hey, I got this new thing. I got this thing. You're investing in your craft, and you have to. You have to. You know what I'm saying? You want to be the master of what you do. I appreciate everything you do for us. And I know you're coming down to join us on March the 2nd just to kick up sticks. We got you know, it ain't a big ride without DJ
Yeah.
Hollywood being in the building. So, man, I appreciate you
Man, I'm
coming on the
coming.
show. Do this for me. Tell people how they can get in contact with you. And listen, y'all, if y'all need a dependable person, somebody's going to do the job, plus this is your man right here. I don't give recommendations like that often because I don't want to come bite me back on my butt. But this is somebody I stand 10 toes down with. So let them know how they can get in contact with you, big bro.
Well, my name is Sean Ricks. I'm on Facebook. Sean, that's SHUN Ricks, RICKS. You can get at me at 601-740-0941. Again, 601-740-0941. DJ Hollywood. And I'm there. You tell me a time, and you ain't got to look.
That's
for
one
me.
thing. You ain't got to look for him. You ain't got to look for him. I am a testament to that. If he tell you he gonna be there at 12 noon, you can set your clock by it. He gonna be there. That's very rare in this business. So, big brother, I appreciate you coming on the program. I look forward to seeing you next Saturday, not this Saturday, but next Saturday down at 84 Recreational, man. This man is a DJ. He's an entrepreneur. He's a business person. He's an entertainer because he don't just be sitting behind them turntables. He gonna entertain the people, and he's also one of my closest friends, and he's also a country king. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the DJ Hollywood. Thank you, brother, for coming on the program.
Y'all have a good day.
Thank you, big bro. Y'all, that was DJ Hollywood. He is one of the cats, man. Just a great guy, man. Like I said, I've been knowing him forever, and now he's actually doing what he loves to do, and he loves to do it. So, moving right along, this young man right here, we've got a unique story. He's somebody that I met, chance encounter. We hit it off, and I didn't know he was as talented as he is. But when I tell you this young man right here is one of the most talented individuals I have ever met in my whole existence of existing, I don't think there's anything he can't do. If he told me he's going to take off and just go to flying tomorrow, I would believe him because it's just kind of how he does his thing. This young man is a producer. He's a writer. He's a musician of several different instruments. He is an entertainer. He plays my favorite thing. We'll talk a little bit about that. And he's just a decent individual. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I want to introduce you to my good friend, Mr. Jake Carter. Hello, brother.
What's up, Yayo? How you doing, man?
Hey, man, what's going on, doctor?
Man, you got me flying planes out here, man. I can't do none of that.
But I would believe you because I've seen you do some amazing stuff, man. It's just when it comes to people, and I've been around. This ain't my first rodeo, but I've been around. I've seen a lot of great people do a lot of great things. But I've seen you, man, just dive in, fearless. Has that always been you? Well, first, let me stop. Jake, let me know where you're from. Tell the people because they may not know.
Man, so I'm currently based in Canton, Mississippi, but I'm originally from a small town in upstate New York called Red Hook, which is about 100 miles from New York City. And yeah, I'm originally from there, and I lived in Atlanta for about 3 years, and pretty recently, like within the past year, moved to Mississippi. So
that's a hell of a transition, Jake. I mean,
for sure.
You picked up a lot through that trek right there. You know, you're talking about, wow. Yeah, that's a lot. So
right.
With that being said, was it music that motivated that journey?
Always. Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, so I went to actually one stop I forgot on that list is Boston, Massachusetts. Because I went to school up there at Berklee College of Music for 4 years, and since then, music.
Wait. So you went to Berklee?
Yes, sir.
See, if he says he's gonna fly,
hey man,
tomorrow, I'm gonna believe him. So okay, I transgressed. All right, continue.
Yeah,
Continue.
man. No, well, I was just gonna say that music has been the driving force in my life for a long time, most of my life. And when I say the driving force, I mean that. Like, music is the number one most important thing to me right now, at least. And I don't know. Yeah, so I've always kind of tried to let that guide me. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think it guided you right, because based on the amount of work that I see, Jake, because we had our chance encounter. We were at, was it BB
BB
King's
King.
and
Yeah, in
yeah,
Montgomery.
BB King's in Montgomery, and I was
Yeah.
doing a show, and somebody pulled on my arm and said, "Hey, man," I'm like, he's like, "I know you." I say, "You do?" He's like, "Yeah, bro, I really do this. I understand it, and I appreciate your music." And I always, and we, I don't know, did we exchange numbers then, or I think we
I
did.
think so. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think we did, and we didn't really get in touch. But then I start following you. I started just kind of seeing the things that you were doing, the
Right.
musical contribution that you were making, and the first thing that just kind of jumped off the page for me was "I Want to Go Home." That was just an amazing song. I mean, for any genre, I mean, you do a seamless job of mixing super uh conservative blues in with a lot of hip hop tonations, and then with your vocals, it's just it's just it's sensory overload, man. You've got a really, really good sound, a really good creative, and I've always been a fan. I told you that, so I had to pick up the phone. I was like, "Hey, man, I believe you now. I understand."
I
So
appreciate that, man. Thank you.
what was that journey like being in Atlanta? Because a lot of our audience, we're Southern based. How was Atlanta for somebody that was doing a lot of, and I know you do a lot of different types of music. Of
Yeah.
course, I've seen you do, you are a mean quartet musician. I've seen all of that. How was that being in Atlanta, man? Because Atlanta's always a big dream for most people. Oh, it's Atlanta, it's Atlanta. So how was it?
Right.
What was your experience in Atlanta?
It was great, man. I mean, I learned so much. I was there for 3 years total. I moved to Atlanta in the July of 2020, the middle of the pandemic, right in the middle of it.
Oh, wow.
And and that's also when I had just graduated college, so I was out of the, what do you call it, like leaving the nest. Like, that was, as a young adult, I was, where are the gigs at? And it's COVID, and people are like, what gigs? Uh, so that was kind of a crazy time in a lot of ways, man. But in terms of Atlanta, man, I mean, it's a great place. I definitely, I can't lie about that, man. There's a lot of different kinds of music. Obviously the rap history there is amazing. That's kind of why I wound up moving down there, man, to be honest with you. Because the rap scene attracted me, and that was what I was kind of a part of for a lot of that time down there. I worked in rap. I produced a lot of hip hop. But at the same time, I was a full-time working musician. So I was playing R&B gigs in the clubs, in the lounges. If you live in Atlanta, or if you've even visited Atlanta, you know how they feel about hookah lounges and lamb chops and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So every weekend, that's where I was at, playing guitar, But I think for me, and also I was playing church on Sundays, and in terms of my artistry, man, it was great. It's a different, to me, it had a different sensibility than like I moved to Mississippi for the music, and as much as I loved the scene in Atlanta, I felt that I could do something with my artistry and my sound, someplace else that was more relevant, to my journey now. And so, that's all I'll say about it. I love Atlanta,
Now you said something that's really, really important. I don't want to just skip over that, and no slight to any other place, but you came to Mississippi, where a lot of people always think of moving from
Oh yeah, right.
Mississippi.
Right.
Most
Sure.
people, you think about migrating elsewhere. I want to go to a bigger city. I want to do this, a bigger state. What was it about Mississippi that brought you here after coming from Boston to the new Hollywood, which is Atlanta,
Yeah.
to here?
Yeah.
What was it about here that really dictated that?
So many things about this place, man. I mean, I'm a blues, like, I grew up on the blues. Anyone who really knows me, you know, closely, whether it's musically or otherwise, like, I was a little blues nerd, bro. Like, I was obsessed with I was, you know, I mean, to give some context, man, I mean, my musical journey, I grew up playing, you know, both my parents were musical. I lost my dad at a really young age, and a lot of the records that my parents had were just, you know, kind of left around the house for me to play with. And we're talking old school blues, Muddy Waters, John Lee Hooker, Sonny Boy Williamson, you know, old school stuff. And that's kind of what I grew up on, man. So when you ask, like, what is appealing about Mississippi to me, right? Mississippi, when I was 11 years old, was like this magical place that didn't even seem real. I'm serious. I had that when I was 11, 12, I memorized all the names of the little Delta towns that Howlin' Wolf was from and that Muddy Waters, like, I was a nerd about it. So that is one side of my, you know, attraction to this place. But then also, as I got older, man, like, I didn't grow up on Southern soul, really. That was something later in my life that I, you know, had the pleasure of learning about and all that stuff, man. Seeing that this kind of like and, you know, tell me if feel free to correct me if I'm wrong here, but kind of a modern interpretation of this whole blues culture here. You know what I'm saying? Like the current version of it in a lot of ways was it was beautiful to me. I was like, this is, because I think, as much as I also love where I'm from in New York, growing up playing blues gigs in upstate New York is different from the blues scene in here. I mean, this is the birthplace. This is the, you know, sacred ground. So
Right.
I think that had a lot to do with it, man. And the, you know, little things like less traffic and good food and, you know, all that stuff. you know,
less traffic always works, you know what I'm saying? But that's amazing, because that has always been my testimony. You know, I'm born and raised here in Mississippi, and I've always found it appealing. You know, with anywhere there's problems and issues, and, you know, Atlanta traffic, you know what I'm saying, California smog, you know, there's always issues with anywhere you go. But I'm kind of like you. Mississippi is a place that, even when you see it on movies, sometimes it's depressing how it's portrayed, but it's always portrayed as this mystical place, this fantastical place. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I always like felt that. And when you told me, and then we spoke, you was like, look, throwing all my stuff in the U-Haul and I'm coming to Mississippi. I was like,
you probably didn't believe it.
yeah. I was like, word.
Right.
And then the next post was like, I'm pulling up at my place here in Mississippi. So that's a testament to, like you say, your art is driving your path. And that's a beautiful thing, because Jake, I've seen you doing some things. And then, like I say, I don't people always say, oh, you just talk. I'm really not just talking, because I've seen you do some amazing things in just a small time that you've been here. You're hitting the ground running. Man, whatever the church is that you play for, y'all are jumping in there.
Listen, man,
you know,
shout out to Greater Faith Cavalry in Canton, Mississippi, Pentecostal church, man. I love those guys,
bro.
Yeah.
If y'all please follow Jake's page, because he's always posting, you know, them performing at the church. And when I tell you, it goes. I mean, even with the things that you do, you teamed up with legendary Rita Brent. You know what I'm saying? You're you know, just different people that you're teaming up with to do different things. The Hal and Mal stuff. As a matter of fact, I just got a call yesterday, and I'll follow up with you. Someone said, hey, I need to know him. And these are some influential people. So
Right.
the stride that you're making here, you know, even with the Big Ride situation, this is your third one with us, is it?
I
March
believe
2nd
so.
will be the
I
third.
have you to thank for that, Yayo. I
Well,
appreciate you very
hey,
much, man.
man, it's like we appreciate you because I see you as somebody that's, I always say it's just a matter of time. Just it's a matter of time before the world discovers and wants to get in the business with. That's the most important thing. They're going to want to get in the business with Jake
That's right.
Carter, and you're battle tested. You know, I've seen you jump out here with the picture that we've got displayed. You know, you and that blues harp, man. That's an amazing. That's a, you know, I've even reached out for tutelage for that from you. I want to learn how to play the harp from Jake Carter because
You
when
know,
you
I
whip
still
it out,
got you, bro. I still got you,
hey,
man.
you know what I'm saying? I can't be a blues man if I can't get it, and I want
Oh,
to get it from one of the best. Uh, in the shows that you do, man, let's look at this picture. You had an opportunity to play on one of the bigger stages here in the state of Mississippi, which was Celebration. What was
yes,
that
sir.
experience like?
That was amazing, man. I'm so incredibly grateful. Shout out to Yolanda Singleton and Experience Jackson for that opportunity. Um, that was amazing, and that was a goal I had set for myself uh, many months before that. To be honest with you, man. I mean, I think I was at one of your big rides, or one of the earlier ones, and saw a flyer for a show that had just booked, you know, at the Coliseum and the Celebration, which I, you know, later learned was a yearly show. And I just looking at this flyer, I'm like, I want to play. I want to be on that show, man. What I'm gonna be on that show, you know.
Yeah.
And I thank God, I'm so grateful that I was able to, you know, perform, and it felt great, man. I was so just honored to be a part, man.
Yeah,
So
that is an amazing situation. Like I say, shout out to Yolanda. I've been knowing Yolanda. Actually, Yolanda and I actually came up with the concept of the Celebration years and years ago.
that's
So
what I
it's
heard, man.
always been, yeah, it's always kind of been like a child of mine. You know, of course, it's Experience Jackson's whole total production, but I've always had a kinship with, you know, the Celebration. And when I saw you on there, I was like, wow, two of my favorite things going together. You almost was like a Reese's peanut butter cup. Peanut butter and chocolate, they go so well together. So
Well,
Jake
but
Carter at
then
the Celebration was great.
thank both of y'all then, man. I, you know, just again, I know I learned later that it was a yearly, you know, it's a yearly thing, and that's such
Yeah,
a special thing to have here. Like I'm just so grateful to be a part, man. You know, so
I've seen you do so many things. I am definitely a fan. Uh, you inspire me in so many different ways. Before we get out of here, I do want you to tell people how they can, you know, whether it's places that you're playing,
yeah,
how can someone book you, you know,
yep,
let the people know, you know, where can they see it? Because they're going to see this and be like, yeah, you'll say this boy can fly. I want to see him fly.
right.
So they're going to come and see you fly. And when I tell you this guy flies all over the place musically, he does. So how can they reach out to
Yeah, y'all come to the big ride March 2nd. First off,
that?
that's most important here.
First of all,
Uh,
just do that.
yeah. Y'all can follow me on Facebook, Jake Carter, Instagram, Jake Carter 4. Book for booking, you can email bookjakecarter@gmail.com, or you can call 678-632-3669 to book me. And yeah, and be on the lookout for more shows and more new music coming out and all that, man. So
Well, but it's a wonderful thing, Jay. Like I say, man, I'm fortunate to be a friend of yours, somebody that I really, really have high regards for as a person and as a musician. Because as nice as he sounds on here, ladies and gentlemen, he is nicer in person. So super easy to work with and always just super gracious and super entertaining. Don't think because he's nice, he really cuts up. So Jake, it was a pleasure having you on the show, man. I just wanted to make sure that the people got a chance to come and hear a little bit of your story. Any closing words before we get up out of here?
Thank you so much for having me, man. I really appreciate it, bro.
Not a problem. This man is a producer, writer, artist, singer, musician of several different instruments. Like I said, he's entertained to some of the biggest crowds. He came all the way from Massachusetts to Boston, from Atlanta, and he was smart enough to come to Mississippi because that's where the music took him. So that means he's a genius also. And he's also my country king. He's a friend of mine. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Jay Carter. Thank you, big brother, for coming on the show.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, big brother. Yeah, that was Jay Carter, man. This guy is phenomenal. He does his thing. When you get a chance to, tap in and see him, make sure you do go out there and check out Jay Carter. All the guests tonight have been amazing. We ran a little bit over tonight, but I do want to shout out to everybody that was on the line tonight. Carlos Wells, Rick Outlaw, Tony T Money. Hit him with the kick. T Money. Bad news on here. Bad news. We got a hit, boy. That trail ride. Napoleon Demp, man, one of the premier singer-songwriters. That's another show. I don't even want to talk about him till I get him on here. DJ Chill, Will, Bernard B, Finesse for Show, Trail Riding Queen Pen. I see you out there, baby. Myron Simpson, Darryl Whaley. Darryl said he's gonna get in the video with us. Shantae, she's on here. My super friend from Vicksburg by way of close to Atlanta. She's over that way. Keisha Washington, Angel Bay, Robert Bell. Congratulations on the new product, Robert. Great. My main man, Nelson Curry, one of the most talented cats I've known. This man used to have late night conversation with Prince, and Prince didn't even tell him who he was. Now I didn't put it out there, so just sue me, Nelson. Kelsey West, my girl West Love, man. That's my little sister right there. Ronald G. Ron G, if you're nasty. He's down in Mobile, Alabama, one of the best producers. He's a producer's producer. You've heard me say that before. Omar Cunningham. Get off my line, Omar. And Stephanie Rose. She's going to be on the show in a little day. So we got 10 days and a wake up to March 2nd, y'all. It's going to be the big ride. I want to see all y'all faces in the place. Big ride is coming. 10 days and a wake up. And March 2nd is going to be here. So shouts out to everybody that came on. We went a little bit long tonight, but thank y'all so very much. I'm going to get up out of here. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell off my line. All right? Love, peace. Oh, yeah, coming up next week. Thank you. Coming up next week, we've got Big Mel and my boy S. Dot. So make sure y'all tune in. Every Tuesday, 7 to 8 p.m., 8-ish p.m. right here. Facebook Live, Chris Yayo. All right? Peace.